attract abundance. I use money wisely. Accumulating money comes easily to me. It is my pleasure to manage the money that flows to me. I always have more money than I need. I have a magnetic attraction to money. Today is filled with opportunities, and I will seize them. My life is abundant. I deserve wealth. I attract money with positive energy. I am grateful for the money I have. My wealth grows daily. I create abundance and share it freely with the world. I am generous with money as I have more than enough. I use my money to make a difference in the world. I deserve prosperity. Wealth flows to me in streams of abundance. I think, talk, and walk like I am wealthy. I am magnetic to money, and it is magnetic to me. There are no boundaries to how much money I will attract into my life. I will always be able to attract more money. Money is energy, and I vibrate on the same frequency. I allow abundance in all areas of my life. I am grateful for all that I have and receive. The only limit to my abundance is my mindset. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I see myself as wealthy, and that is what I am. Whatever I produce successfully attracts money to me. I am deserving of the prosperity that I want to have. I enjoy providing money with a good home. Abundance flows to me. My wealth multiplies and generates more wealth. I have the right to become wealthy and have whatever I want. People enjoy giving me money. I desire wealth. I use my wealth to make the world a better place. I relinquish all opposition to gaining financial resources.
Freedom is truly the thing that we're all searching for.
Financial news, trading, and investing all in one place, but also in a language and in words and cultural references that you can actually understand.
And this is one of the reasons why I'm super excited about the Money Matrix.
Done by people who actually do it, who actually live it, and who are actually professionals.
Because we're going to be showing you how to actually make money on your own terms whenever you want.
So, I encourage you to join us on the Money Matrix, where you can learn, potentially earn, and return that knowledge and game and potentially money to your family.
And that is truly what we all want. It's not more money, it's actually freedom.
Matrix. My name is Dion Pouncil.
And I'm Dominique Broadway. Welcome to another exciting day in the markets. And please do not forget that investing and trading should happen at your own risk. So please do your own research before making any trading or investing decisions.
Yes. All right. So, been some mixed markets this week as investors prepare for a lot of the financial news to come out. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ both rose Tuesday, but the Dow wasn't so lucky. The S&P 500 increased 0.17% to 5,078.18, while the NASDAQ climbed 0.37 to 16,035. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, meanwhile, slipped 0.25% to close at 38,972.41. Traders are looking ahead to the release of the Federal Reserve's preferred measure of inflation on Thursday. That data, the Personal Consumption Expenditure Price Index, should give insights to the health of the economy as well as the path of monetary policy.
Wow, that sounded very complex. For some reason, you lost me. All right. In other news, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is busting.
I think, are they at the moon? So really, really exciting. Bitcoin has crossed $60,000 for the first time since, I believe, September 2021. And as you know, everyone's saying that Bitcoin is supposed to be approaching 100,000. So is the run officially beginning? They were down as low as $40,000 when I think the early part of January, in anticipation of the spot Bitcoin ETF being released. It kind of rose up to about 48,000 and then fell down to 40,000 once the spot Bitcoin ETF was released. And now it has rose from that 40,000 up to about 60,000 in the last 3.5 weeks or so.
Yes, very interesting. I know.
Yeah.
All of the Bitcoin lifers are ecstatic as it charges back up and
That is I.
riding the ride. Yes,
That is she.
So Warner Brothers Discovery halted talks with Paramount Global about a potential acquisition that would have merged the media giants. So the companies had preliminary talks of a merger last year, but discussions cooled off this month. Paramount, which has set up a special committee to sift through bids for the company, has received offers from media mogul Byron Allen and interest from David Ellison's Skydance Media. Comcast, which has been exploring a commercial partnership with Paramount, is not interested in acquiring Paramount Global's assets. So they did just release their earning reports, or they're coming up this week. We got to look at the earning report chart. So very interesting. And again, you know, Paramount Global owns some of your favorite networks and shows, Showtime. Paramount Global owns Nickelodeon and Nickelodeon Land. We actually took our oldest daughter to Nickelodeon Land for her birthday
It was
last
not
year.
Nickelodeon Land. It was what they call it. It's a Nickelodeon splash park or something. Not land. You keep calling it land. Anyway.
A theme park, whatever. So very interesting to see. Paramount owns a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so their actually earnings come out today.
Okay,
after the closing bell. So ticker symbol PARA.
Okay. Shout out to Byron Allen if he actually gets the
He's been buying
bid
up
to buy that.
everything.
That'd be crazy. He owns the Weather Network, the Weather Channel, and so if he gets Paramount Global, that also means he'll own BET, which would be very interesting because Paramount owns BET, VH1, MTV, and all of those as well. Yeah. Yep.
Exciting time.
All right, so we want to talk about your baby, your stock baby.
Apple. So he's referring to Apple. I was actually going to talk about something else. But yes, let's go ahead and talk about Apple. So Apple did decide that they are no longer going to be building their electric car that was supposed to rival Tesla, which I honestly will say I was a little disappointed because obviously y'all know I love Apple. So I would have purchased one of those cars, to be honest. But they did decide yesterday that they would no longer be producing that electric car, and they're actually going to take their entire team, which they call the Special Projects Group, that employed thousands and thousands of employees, off of that project, and then they are going to actually move them to different projects, a lot of other AI projects instead. So I will say, originally I was like, man, to think that they have been working on this since 2014, it's 2024, they've been working on this for 10 10 years. They're literally scrapping 10 years of work. So that had to be a very, very hard decision for them to make.
My question would be, how are they behind on this AI race, especially with Siri? They were one of the first ones to launch, you know, an assistant. And if they would have just threw some AI, not threw some, but put some quality AI in Siri, they would definitely be.
What I think is, I think that they're actually probably a little further along than we think. I think that they just aren't announcing it. I feel like everyone is sprinkling their AI dust on their companies and on their earnings, and I think that right now Apple doesn't have to. Okay, and I think that later this year, or even we'll see. We'll see. All right. So originally yesterday, Apple stock did actually go up, as you guys may remember. We were in, we had a couple buy signals. I did enter in some calls on it, and everyone was kind of laughing at me about it. But Apple ended up going up to almost about $2.80 per share from that news alone, that they were actually no longer going to be doing the electric car. But they are actually down this morning about 5 cents pre-market. So not a huge fall down. One other that I wanted to highlight this morning is Beyond Meat, and I know they did announce their earnings last night after the closing bell, and they shot up 62%, you guys. I think they originally shot up 100%, and then they fell down a little bit. They shot up 62% from their earnings. That's pretty substantial. They're up about $4.64 this morning. Apparently, you guys are still loving the Beyond Meat, and as you know, I think they did get deals with, I think they're in Burger King or something like that as well. But yes, apparently their Q4 was amazing, and they shot up 62%. That's pretty substantial.
Yeah. Okay, well, to AI news, not necessarily artificial burgers, we'll go to artificial intelligence. OpenAI asked the judge to throw out parts of a lawsuit filed last year by the New York Times. They accused the ChatGPT operator of copyright infringement and abusing the newspaper's intellectual property. OpenAI said in a Monday filing that the Times paid someone to hack OpenAI's products to create examples of copyright infringement for its case. OpenAI said that the Times used deceptive prompts that violate the company's policy and alleged it took tens of thousands of attempts to generate highly anonymous rules and results. The alleged hacking could have also been prompt engineering and red teaming, which is a frequent way to alert companies of system vulnerabilities. So one of the AI wars that are not about growth, it's literally about, you know, a company trying to protect their intellectual property, but OpenAI said they actually made it up, and it wasn't true at all.
Okay, awesome. Inside joke there. All right. In other news, a couple other earnings. I see we have a Norwegian Cruise Line that we were going to talk about as well. They did announce their earnings. I think that was Monday. Or Monday evening, or Tuesday. And their stock actually went up pretty substantially yesterday. I think we may have hit on this a little bit. But yeah, their stock went up about 20% after they did announce that they did very well in Q4. People are back cruising, and they also just released their new ship. They have the largest ship in the world, believe, that just set sail from Miami a few weeks ago, and their stock did soar about 20%, which we did anticipate. And I know we had hit on this yesterday a little because Royal Caribbean had their earnings the week prior and had a similar result as well. So they're cruising, but Virgin Galactic is literally trying to get y'all to the moon or wherever they're trying to get us to go. They did release their earnings yesterday, which is, remember I was saying, like, what are they selling? And we know what they're selling. They're selling tickets to the moon, but this like not done. It's not a thing yet. So anyway, I don't know how this company is even public, to be honest. But they released their earnings. Obviously, it was subpar. Ain't nobody bought nothing, right? But they're trading around $1.81. They are down 4% this morning. And now 4% is only 9 cents because the stock is only trading at $1.81. So wanted to highlight that in case anyone is looking to invest into Virgin Galactic. It's a very inexpensive stock. And hopefully maybe one day they will actually start to make some money. In other news, TJ Maxx, one of my mom's favorite stores, did release their earnings this morning. And they are actually, they shot up as high as $3, up $3.28, so up about 3.26%. Now they're down, they're actually only trading up about 8 cents, but their earnings were pretty decent from Q4, which was anticipated. So as anticipated, they did shoot up nicely and then fell down. So we can take a look when we get into the charts to see if they're going to be able to rebound and get some of the dollars back that have fallen off this morning. Okay. I wanted to take a look here at Novavax while you're doing something. So Novavax, which is not Novo Nordisk, right? So just want to make sure it is. You guys reminded of that because they are kind of easy to confuse a little bit just because of the names. But Novavax released their earnings this morning. They're only trading around $4.66, and they are down about 22% this morning from their earnings. So their earnings were subpar as well. All right. So those are some of the major earnings that came out. What else you got going on over here?
Yeah. So now let's go ahead and transition into our Beat the Bell segment, where we will do our pre-market analysis, see what happened in the overall markets last night, and then also hop into some charts for today's market, okay? So kicking it off in the Asian market, the Asian Dow was down 0.99%. The Nikkei 225 was down 0.08%. The Hang Seng Index was down 1.51%. The Shanghai Index down 1.91%. The Sensex Index is down 1.08%, and the Singapore Index down 0.58%.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
It's not good that they're down.
No, I don't love it.
Yeah, didn't say that. You know, I said thank you. I have a new word.
Yeah, I know you're trying to mix them up. Got you.
U.S. equities. Going into our U.S. equities this morning, it's saying a lot of green. Yeah.
Don't foresee that, but okay.
I don't know, because I know that the futures ain't saying that. But we'll get over there in a second. So our U.S. Dow is currently down 0.25%. The S&P 500 is up 0.17%. The NASDAQ is up 0.37%. And then the VIX is up 1.94%. Gold is also up 0.13%. And then oil is up 0.56%.
Yes. Okay, so the VIX is up 1.94%. And the futures had a pretty rough evening, and most of them are down. The Dow Jones futures down 0.31%. The S&P 500 down 0.34%. The NASDAQ futures down 0.54%. Gold is up 0.10%. Silver is down 0.29%. And crude oil is up 0.52%. Now, hopping right over into the forex markets, the euro is down 0.19%. The yen is down is up 0.16%. The Great British Pound is down 0.35%. Australian dollar is up. The Australian dollar is down 0.76%. The DXY index is up 18%, and the Wall Street Journal dollar index is up 0.26%. Okay.
Hopping into crypto. First up is Bitcoin. You already know where it's at. We just talked to you guys about it. Bitcoin is currently up 6% this morning. They're up $3,513. Currently trading around $60,497 a coin. All right. Ethereum is also up 3.09%, trading around $3,349 a coin as well. And then we have XRP, which is up 0.68%. Bitcoin Cash is up 1.58%. And then Litecoin is also up 1.97%. Also, Monero is up 0.23%. I'll also say I noticed I still have, down. Monero is down 0.23%. But I would say I noticed even yesterday that a lot of the other meme coins have been starting to go up. Shiba, Doge,
a penny.
Yeah, Shiba, Doge, all of them have all started to rise a little bit. I was getting some notifications. I'm like, oh, I forgot I own these. And I'm like, what is this? We're actually getting some movement over here. So who knows? Maybe the Dogecoin millionaires are coming back, baby.
Okay, so let's hop over into the charts. We'll kick it off with the futures. Okay, futures have been, most of them have been red. Starting out on the day, we can see that the NASDAQ has been charging up for the last couple of days, but we can see that it met some quality resistance at that 18,000. And we were actually talking about this yesterday and watched it struggle to get over that 18,000 yesterday in the morning session, and has been retracing down to 17,912 on the 1 day, and got a little support on that first standard deviation. Stepping into the 2-hour chart, we can see that literally NASDAQ was trading down all night, fell below that VWAP, now got us some support around that first standard deviation, again around 17,900, and the 1 hour is also down. So for the open, it seems like the open may be down, and potentially the market could be up in the afternoon. But right now, with the VIX being up and the futures being red all night, it's a high probability that the open may follow suit, may hit a certain low and get some support and potentially bounce up. But right now, the equities are projecting to be down at the open. The 10-year Treasury notes in the 1 hour are on a sale, so that could be positive for the equities. If the interest rates are trending down, and the top of the hour, top of the open, and throughout the most of the day, that could be potential for top of the hour, top of the all right, and gold on the 1 day has been trending up. Okay, the 2 hour strong trend up, gold has been charging up, and then on the 1 hour also charging up. So buy side bias on gold, sell side bias on the interest rates and the equities, and then rounding it out in the energies. Crude oil on the 1 hour is also charging up, 2 hour is also charging up, and on the 1 day is charging up. So buy side bias on the energies and the metals, sell side bias on the interest rates and the equities. We will see how that carry on. Dominique?
Awesome. So before we hop into the charts, let's talk about some of the things that we're going to be looking at in the charts before we go into the charts. So see, it's currently 9:21. As you guys can see, finally, it's Wednesday. Man,
It is Wednesday.
I've been waiting all week for Wednesday.
Okay, why?
Well, one for earnings, but also because Abbott Elementary and then Love is Blind comes back on. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Been waiting all week for that, okay? But yes, outside of that, also been waiting for these earnings to be coming out today. So we have today after the close, Snowflake Marathon, CRM, Snowflake Marathon, Salesforce, AMC, C3.ai, Paramount, Ionic, Weight Watchers, and Duolingo all this evening. This should be a pretty wild evening, as they say. So wanted to just highlight these for you guys as we do head into the charts, because these are some of the ones that we are going to, be taking a look at today as well. We also have Celsius going into tomorrow, Six Flags, and Bath and Body Works. Okay, I think Six Flags was the first stock that I bought with my little sister when she was like 8 years old, and I let her pick, and she's like, I want to buy Six Flags. So I just want to highlight that. Really curious to see how they've been doing. I know they typically don't do pretty well stock wise. All right, so let's highlight some of these as we get into the charts and see how they are doing. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Let's get our, oh no. Too many different trading views open here. Oh no. All right. Okay. So heading into recent. some of the things that are trending today. One is AMC. As you guys know, AMC was a meme stock that what was the one that went to the moon, right? AMC, was it AMC? GameStop. Okay. But AMC was another meme stock.
Right behind it.
Right behind it. They have their earnings coming out today after the closing bell. I actually did get in yesterday on some buy signals, and I'm actually up pretty substantially. I will tell you that AMC calls are really cheap. I bought 100 calls on AMC just to ride today. I ain't messing with their earnings because it's probably not going to do well, but they're already up substantially just this morning because the stock is so cheap and because the options are so cheap, okay? And as you can see, we currently have a buy on GameStop. They're up about 14 cents so far this morning, which is substantial because the stock is only trading around $4.95, okay? So that is AMC. I have pulled out a couple of the stocks right here. I made a little mini list of the stocks that I was wanted to kind of eye today for us. So as we mentioned, we have AMC. We also have DVN, which I think Miss Suzanne had brought to our attention yesterday, who released their earnings, I think last night. They didn't move much, really, honestly. They're only down about 7 cents so far, okay? My chart's doing that funky thing again. All right. It's
high.
Okay. So let me just really refresh it one more time, you guys. Okay. I don't know. What is my chart? Okay. I'll get these fixed. But either way, we're still in the buy. The buy is still valid. Okay. We did just receive the buy signal on it on the 1 minute chart, and it is currently down about 7 cents. So it didn't do a big jump after its earnings yesterday. Okay. CRM is releasing their earnings this evening. Oh gosh, what is going on? Boy. All right, I'll just look at another chart. CRM is releasing their earnings today after the closing bell. This is a very, very highly anticipated one. This is probably one of the most highly anticipated earnings for today. So entering those trades before the earnings come out, there could be a lot of upside opportunity today as we head into the market with these ones that have the earnings coming out, outside of the fact that the market looks like it's going to be down. Okay. CRM is currently up about 25 cents on our 1 minute chart. It's discombobulated here, but we had a buy and a sell. Looks like it's consolidating as we're heading to the market open. All right. And then the other one that we had is AI, so C3.AI, okay? This one will be releasing their earnings today after the closing bell, okay? This is another AI one that I personally think has a lot of upside potential. I think it's very underrated, and I also think it's kind of undervalued. So they typically do pretty well with their earnings. They're just not as talked about as much, but I do think they have one of the best ticker symbols. Obviously, their ticker symbol is AI. When it comes to this whole AI game. All right. And then hopping over to our regular list, just want to highlight a few of our norms. Apple is currently in a buy signal on the 1 minute. Now, it's interesting. There's a little news alert that came. It says Jen Munster is suggesting that Apple acquire Rivian, which is another electric car company. And honestly, if I was Apple, that's what I would do. Like, y'all got the bread. Like, you got billions and billions and billions of dollars in cash. Like, just find another electric car company that you like and add your twist on it. I was actually in a Hyundai Ioniq Uber the other day because I love ordering like the electric Ubers. I feel like they're so cheap. So anyway, but they're like really nice. Anyway, the inside of that car felt like an Apple iPhone. I swear, I'd never been in one before, but the whole dash, everything felt like a Apple car. So hey, maybe that's a good idea. Their stock is we just got a buy signal on it. It's only down about 11 cents so far this morning, but it looks like it could actually starting to trend up a little bit. Okay. Next, we have NVIDIA, who tripping this morning, okay? NVIDIA is currently down about $11 so far this morning as we head into the market open. All right. It's been kind of really going up and down all night long since I've been taking a quick look at it. Then SMCI is also down about $30 this morning as well. Okay, just to highlight a few. So there looks like there's a lot of opportunity, especially with the stocks that are releasing their earnings today after the closing bell. A lot of opportunity with those as they have that anticipation for the day and more volume as people are starting to feed into those, no matter what side of the up or down that they're on. But it looks like there's going to be a lot of upside with those stocks that are heading into earnings today. Okay. I think those are the major ones. Yep, they are. And I'm going to try to reset my trading view.
Okay. So hopping over into
it's 9:28.
Watch list. Okay. We see that the VTI, we can look at the 15 minute because we're pre-market. All right. Okay, what just happened? All right, it's dark. Let's come back. Go back. Excuse me. All right. So we will take a break from that and just go into the futures charts. All right, so we can look at the Ninja Trader and we can see throughout the evening, the NASDAQ has been battling, but primarily downside pressure here, okay, from the open yesterday. Essentially opened up here around the 18,017 mark and has been consolidating to the downside, breakout to the downside earlier in the morning in the London session. All right, little buy side pressure and support around that 17,900. But again, right back to the VWAP and got some resistance right there at the VWAP. So still trending down as of so. The market is getting ready to open in a few minutes. So we will see if we have any open and bail trades here as the market open. We are already currently in the interest rate trades, seeing here that we're active on the ZB and the ZN. Currently up on those trades. The market is getting ready to open here now. And so no opening bell trades, but we do see a good amount of buy side pressure coming into the market for the NASDAQ. Let's see how it responds when it hops up to, if and when it hops up to the VWAP here at 17,949. Okay. Let's see if we get in on that activity. And if it doesn't get ready to push up there, or we get into a buy signal there with little volume and we get into a sell signal, could potentially be nice. All right. Okay. So with that, we can see that crude oil has literally been charging up since 7:30 this morning. We can see the algo call that. So if you are in any of the overnight trades from the algo, congratulations. Same thing with gold. Gold has been trending up since 7 this morning with a long trend there. All right. And did get a sell signal at 9:18. So let's see if that comes back down to earth towards its VWAP. All right. And the same thing for crude oil. Okay. So some substantial charge ups in the crude oil and in the gold. And we just got into our first trade of the day on the NASDAQ. We did get into a buy. And as soon as we got into a buy right there at 17,936, there was a lot of selling pressure that came into the market. So we will see if we get into this sell signal and if the selling pressure looks to ride down. We just got into a sell signal with the algo. So let's see, only lost $200 in that trade. Let's see if the market tanks as I projected that the open, based off of the VIX data and our pre-market analysis, has the potential to be down. Okay. All right. Now hopping over into the equities, my trading view is still tripping, so I'm just gonna have to go ahead and reset.
You might have reset it. I just had to reset mine.
Okay. I'm
still
gonna
acting
close
a
trading view.
little finicky, but a lot of.
And close trading view, and we'll try to come back to that later. All right. But we are in the sell side of the NASDAQ. We are in the sell side of the ES, I believe. Yes, we are in the sell side of the ES as well. Okay. So we're in the sell side for both of those. And we're still in the interest rates trade. So let's see, in the interest rates, we're on the short side of those as well. So yeah, our pre-market analysis had us short interest rates and short equities. So they seem to be traveling the same direction currently. At some point, they're going to get uncorrelated and go in the inverse direction. We will see. But right now, pre-market analysis said that both of them will pretty much open to the downside. And that is what has occurred thus far. Dominique? Action over there? Did you reset that?
I am. Oh, wow. Look at Apple.
Oh.
No, like I already made my money on Apple yesterday. So I'm like, I'm just like, come on, Apple, get it together. But no, everything is definitely falling down here. NVIDIA is taking a nice little rundown. Missed. Oh no.
What is that?
You still in the puts in NVIDIA still? No, because it went up too high. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say because it's falling a little bit, but it looks like it's trying to push back up here. We getting a lot of it was like literally watching a struggle. So NVIDIA was previously down. As you can see, we just got this buy sale on NVIDIA, and it just like kind of took off up. It's getting some resistance at the VWAP. It pushed through it. I think it might be about to go on a little run back up. So the market opened down about $11, and it's currently pushing up. We'll see how this bar finishes, but this may start to rise here. As far as NVIDIA goes, trying to think some of the other ones. Well, also we get, yep, it looks like it's rising. So NVIDIA is headed up, and if you were able to get in, especially around here, that's a nice little run up. Wow, look at this. This is shooting up. So a lot of look at this. This thing is moving. So it was previously down about $10. Now it's currently up. Currently only down about $7. If anyone got into that, I definitely would have got into that if I wasn't sitting here talking to y'all. But it is literally on the rise up. Now it's only down about $6. So it looks like NVIDIA is headed up, as you guys can see on the charts. Let me know if anyone is getting into any of those trades. It's definitely heading up. I know it couldn't stay down too long. All right, I wanted to look really quickly at some of the ones, the earnings. So AMC is flat. Lemonade is down $4.59 today. Very, very substantial loss for them. They're down about 22%. AI is down $1.05. AMC is starting to rise just a little bit here. As you can see, a lot of red on the earnings, the little mini earnings list that I created for today. And then, yes, NVIDIA is kind of consolidating here around this first standard deviation. So thank you so much, Vanessa. We try to keep the curls popping. So we've been struggling a little bit with this green screen and the curls. Like I'm like, gosh, is everything racist? Like, what is going on? Like even the green screen, like green screen, not even the green screen, don't support the curls. What is going on? All right, so but thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you, I really appreciate it. And Beast Mom Fitness said, I am looking for an Apple put. Now you know, Phyllis, we don't talk that negativity here. Okay, I think it's playing.
Stop it.
Oh, we don't talk that negativity. But no, so yesterday, Apple, as I mentioned, I know everyone was downing Apple yesterday. After the show was over, I got a nice little buy signal. I got in, made a couple $1,000s off of Apple as norm. I was like, see, Apple, I know. And it was really weird. I got in on the buy signal, and then like 10 minutes later, the news came out that they were ditching the Apple electric car, and it just shot up. It went from being like up 35 cents to being like up over 280. And I had a few calls on it, and so I was able to make about $3,000 on it in a short time frame. So I was like, See, they can talk about Apple if they want. Almost wanted to go live and tell y'all about it. So we have so Phyllis is looking for Apple put, and Apple is currently in a sale. I will say Apple is in a sale. So if you just want to get it a put, you can get it a put. Now it is doing our, I keep forgetting the name of this, green grin here a little, as you can see. It's doing our, he's laughing. That's okay. I'm trademarking all these things.
We're making up these patterns.
Yeah, I mean, every single thing in this world was made up by someone.
That's a fact.
Every single chart pattern, every single candlestick, somebody decided.
These markets.
Exactly. And so I'm going to make my own patterns.
Hey,
okay?
talk, baby.
Thank you. Now,
I like it.
Back to the green grin. Now, Phyllis, be careful because we do have a bit of a green grin forming here.
Oh, man.
Diana, call the lawyers, get that trademark. No, but so we do have a bit of a green grin forming. So right now on our 1 minute chart, we are in a sell, but it looks like it is trending. It does look like it's trending up, I will say. No bias here. It looks like it's trending up, okay? So
No bias. I don't believe you.
On our 3 minute chart, Phyllis, we are in a buy signal, okay? And then in a 5 minute chart, we are also in a buy as well. And then if we go for the day we are, it's been in a sell the last few days, obviously, but I'm seeing another green grin forming. So basically saying that right now, it looks like it's trending up. The green grin is happening. Now we do have a buy. See, we have a buy on the 1, the 3, and the 5, and the day is forming as well. So I would say if you want to get a put, be careful because it looks like this might end up being more of a potentially green day. As you can see, there's consolidation right here, but yes, I got you, Colleen. We gonna cut you in on that for sure. Okay, so that's what's happening with Tesla. Not Tesla. You want Tesla next. That's what's happening with Apple. As you can see, it is in that sale, but it is literally trying to push up. I guess it's just not a lot of buying active or volume for it to solidly push up, but I don't know, y'all. It's going back and forth. Okay, you see this? Now the green grin is turning into the pouty profit. So a put may work. All right, this is what I would say. If you're gonna get a put on Apple, just watch it. Just watch it closely because it is still a lot of just consolidation, especially as you can see in this between 180, 174 and 182. It's just a lot of consolidation right here. Okay. So we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, but keep in mind, she's looking at the 1 minute chart. So if you're looking at
I did 1, 3, 15 in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 2 hours. So they were all saying buy. The 3, the 5, the 1, the 2. So that's why I was saying, you could do it, but it's just watch it because you're seeing more buy side than you're seeing sell side. You know what I'm saying? All right, so then we have Miss Suzanne had dropped a few here. I'm gonna just do Tesla really quickly because it's right here. So Tesla on the 1 minute chart has been trending up. Tesla's been trending up since 936. She said Tesla is the car that keeps on paying, right? It does. So Tesla is currently trending up this morning. It's up about $2.18 on the 1 minute chart. It is trending up. You have a buy. You have it on the 3 minute, you have a buy. On the 5, you have a buy. If you go to the 2 hour chart, you also have a buy. So it's literally been trending up. Everything is pointing up on the 1 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and then the 2 hour chart. If we go on the day chart, it's also forming a buy for the day. Okay, so looks like Tesla may continue this little bit of a run that it's on because I think it did take a little hit recently. So I think it's starting to rebound from a lot of that. All right, taking a look at Mara from Marathon Digital. Could you analyze Mara FSLR for swing call options? Okay, and then ARM. Okay. Mara. All right, so Mara on the date. Now, Mara has earnings today, Miss Suzanne, after the closing bell. I think we may have talked about that briefly yesterday, but today after the closing bell, Mara will be releasing their earnings. As you can see on the day chart, they're in a buy for the day. Okay, if we go to the day, they're in a buy, and if we go to the week, they also are in a buy. Okay, I know you're probably looking for something a little shorter term. With the swing on the 1 minute, they are also in a buy. In the 3 minute, they are in a buy as well, approaching this VWAP here. So if it pushes through, it might continue to rise. Yeah. Also on the 5. Everything, literally every single thing is except the 15. The 15 is trending down a little bit here. This is broken. Then my 1 hour and 2 hours broken.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with trading.
What is going on? I'm going to put another support ticket in. So we're seeing some selling on the sell on the 1 hour and the 2 hour, but on the 1, the 3, the 5, the day, and the week. So basically saying if you're doing a swing, you should be okay on the call side. It's currently up about 5%. Now, keeping in mind that obviously this swing can be affected by the earnings because the earnings are coming out tonight. It seems like, Miss Suzanne, it seems like you follow Mara pretty closely because you mentioned them a lot. I actually heard they were talking about them earlier on another news show that's not as good as ours. But it looks like they have a lot of upside potential for this earnings release. So it's currently only up about $1.50, but that's still pretty substantial because that's 4% of its total price. Okay. So swing, you should be okay. Just understand you may see a dip a little bit, but just keeping in mind that the earnings are coming out this evening. And then we have to double check. I can't remember if there was news today or not. And then FSLR, can you see that? Because I feel like there's some news coming out, or is that tomorrow? There's some big news coming out this week that everyone.
News started today. So 8:30, we had the prelim GDP. Goods, trades, balance, prelim, wholesale inventories. Today, crude oil inventories come out at 10:30. Also, today is the first day of the G20 meetings. And then two FOMC members are speaking today at 12 and 12:45. So the market may be a little mixed and consolidated until those speeches. We shall see, because it is kind of going back and forth right now between this first standard deviation
and those speeches
and the VWAP.
Are today?
Yeah, two of the speakers at 12 p.m. Member Bostic speaks, and at 12:45 member Williams speaks.
And then tomorrow is we
got unemployment. We got a bunch of stuff tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, so let's hop in. I'm gonna do FSLR really quickly, and so this is First Solar. They're trading around 151, 151.28. They're up about $6 today. Did they just have earnings? They did. They had earnings yesterday evening after the closing bell. They came in. Oh wow, yeah. They estimated 1.314 billion. They came in about 155 million short. That's a lot to be short. But they're up today because that's how these markets go. Look at my charts, y'all. It's crazy. Vanessa said that our charts aren't working because total's about to drop.
Hey, talk that talk, Vanessa.
That's what Vanessa said.
Yes.
But Vanessa, can we just tell them that it ain't out yet? So we need this to work right.
So speaking of that, though,
let me just finish. Let me finish First Solar, and then we
right,
okay.
Go ahead.
So really quickly for Miss Suzanne, First Solar. Despite the wonky charts, I think the data's still good. But they are currently about $7.51. As you know, they did totally miss their earnings, like 155 million short, but their stock is trending up. We do this buy signal that just came in on the 1 minute chart. They're also in a buy on the 3. If we go to the 5, they're also in a buy. And if we go to the 2 hour, they're also in a buy as well, obviously, because they're up. And they're also in a buy on the day. They may continue to ride up a little bit, to be honest, because they have been pushing up. They're all over their VWAPs. And they're still rising. You're literally getting a buy on all of them. So this could continue to go up. Surprisingly, that now they're approaching $8, being up $8. So this is literally going up as I speak. Okay, we had an ARM. You want to look at ARM?
No, my trading view is not really.
Oh, okay. I'll look at ARM and then I'll let you say what he's gonna say. All right. So ARM. Jill wants to do a ARM swing put. So ARM. Okay. I'm like, is it just us? Is it like, okay, so 𝐼RM released, did they just release their earnings? That was last week, I think, right? Let me see. All right, so this morning, so they did get downgraded. Downgrades 𝐼RM Holdings to neutral from buy. So 𝐼RM did get downgraded from a neutral to get downgraded to a neutral from a buy, okay? But their price target was raised to 110 from 90. Now, that really doesn't matter because it's already at 132, all right? And as you can see, 𝐼RM is currently down this morning, all right? They are currently down in the 1 minute, the 3, the 5, the everything, the 15, the 2 hour, the day, okay? They're all in a sell, except on the day. It needs to be down. I just feel like it hasn't formed yet. Everything is saying this thing is falling, and it's going to continue to fall. And then the analysts are also talking crap about it. All right. So right now we're in sell signals on it. So if you have already entered that put, then you're probably up. Or if you're about to enter the 1 minute chart, we have this bar that's trying to kind of go up a little bit, but that's just the 1 minute. So we can kind of continue to look at it. But everything is saying this thing is down, and it may stay down and stick around this amount, but everything is saying sell for 𝐼RM currently. And like I said, the analysts are talking negative about it too. So that never helps. Gossip moves the market. Analysts over here gossiping. Gossip girls.
Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the upcoming activities that we have. Today is the final day to purchase your ticket for the Money Matrix workshop, which is going to be live in Washington, D.C. this Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, all the way through our happy hour. So you can click the link in the description. I also have the image up on the screen. But essentially, we're going to have a 9 a.m. live studio recording of the Money Matrix show. We'll have a lunch and learn kicking off around noon. Dominique and I will actually be teaching lessons from the Wall Street Academy. And then we're going to finish it with a happy hour. Okay, so shout out to everybody that's already got their tickets. Today is the last day, family, to lock it in. So go ahead and get your tickets. Phyllis says, my flight leaves ATL tomorrow. Let's get it. Love to hear it. Love to see it.
Excited to see you in person.
If you are brand new to the show, welcome. Click that subscribe button. Click the bell to turn on your notifications to let you know every time that we are live here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. We're doing live news, financial updates, and real live trading and investing in the markets, okay? Also, you can join our Discord community. Click the link. It's completely free. Hop in there, join the community, and be around other like-minded individuals. We're going to be having cash prizes, et cetera, et cetera. And then lastly, if you want to learn from us, because these sessions are primarily for us to trade and run up the bag, okay, as we are in a sell-side trade on that NASDAQ, as the NASDAQ tanks up. We just hit up 500, 600 bucks in that trade. But these sessions are for us to trade live, make money, talk to real life analysis for what you guys are looking at. But essentially, if you want to learn from us, then you can join the Wall Street Academy, and you can put in Money Matrix, and you get a coupon code that will give you 50% off our course. And then in that course, we teach you how to invest into stock. We teach you how to swing trade stock, day trade stock. We teach you how to swing trade futures, swing trade forex, swing trade crypto, and we teach you how to day trade options, futures, forex, and crypto as well. Okay, so congratulations if you are in any of these trades on the NASDAQ. It seems like the ES also just got into a sale. So let's see if we're going to be riding this ride. It did just get about $600 of profit in this current trade. It did get chopped up on the first three, so we'll have to clear 980 to go profitable. But overall, right now in the unrealized trades, we're up over 1,100 bucks, getting close to going profitable in these trades. My trading view is acting crazy right now. It won't even work, so I can't do
Have
any.
you restarted it yet?
I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do any stocks or option analysis just yet, but when I can, I will get up in there and do some analysis. But right now, the algos are doing a thing in the futures. And speaking of algos, this Friday, the new algo website will be going live, and everybody will be able to purchase the new algo suite, where we're going to have 4 new algos and 1 updated algo from our old package into this. So we're going to be super excited to release those algos. Now, for today, at 6:30 p.m., shout out to all of our Money School and Total family. We have our Total update where we're going to be announcing the Total pilot program, getting ready to take that to the next level. So shout out to everybody in the Money School and Total families. Very excited about that. The email went out yesterday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. And then for the Wall Street Academy family, tonight at 7 p.m., we have our live lesson of the week, okay? So 6:30 p.m., Total investment meeting update for everybody that invested into the Total platform. Shout out to you, shout out to that, and shout out to the team. And then tonight at 7 p.m., the Wall Street Academy lesson of the week, okay? So those are kind of all of our updates. Please govern yourselves accordingly, okay? You looking at some news over there?
Yeah, I was actually just looking at some news on AMC. Just reading. So I love reading just like the analyst reports and seeing what, these people who literally just look and analyze these stocks all day long. What were they saying? So I was just looking at AMC specifically as their earnings are coming out this evening, because I'm actually contemplating, am I going to hold these calls through the earnings or not? And apparently they're saying that they are going to report a loss of 70 cents per share and a quarterly revenue of 1.046 billion for the quarter. Like, people watching that many movies, I guess so. But $1.046 billion for the quarter is what they're planning to report. They also said that AMC said their attendance was actually up 38.4% as well, and that
we went to the movies for the first time in a long time.
We did, but it wasn't an AMC, right?
We also don't know if they don't own it. But
they might, because we're really, everyone's into those movie theaters that have the food and the drinks, right? You want to get your old fashioned and get your wings while you're watching your movie. Now, I think AMC got some new ones, I think so, that have that in there. But one of the things that's interesting, I want to highlight for you guys, and this is what we call like fundamental analysis. I also call fundamental analysis like gossip, but whatever. They're saying that the fourth quarter earnings will also include results from Taylor Swift's film and Beyonce's film. So there's 2 guys in the room. They don't care. But women clearly run the world. Like, when I tell you the Taylor Swift effect, the Beyonce effect, they literally can come and move market caps. Yeah. Market caps, GDP. That's amazing to me. But that also means that these results could be a little bit better than what they may be anticipating. This stock may actually rise. Another thing is that the analysts saying that they actually have a 1-year price target of $9, which would represent an 85.95% upside. Okay. And I purchased 100 calls on them, right? Just to kind of do a little analysis here, which is probably why I'm going to hold it, because it's not a huge amount to risk. I'm only risking $6,800, right? But let's say if we do our little stock analyst thing, and if we simulate these returns, Taylor Swift was exclusive to AMC. Thank you, Tiffany. See, it takes a village to make money. Okay, I did not know that. Would like to see the. She made $1 billion off of her tour. Yeah. And then she pre-sold $100 million of movie tickets for her documentary. Wow. That's next level. Right now it's saying hold the AMC calls. That's what the energy's saying. Odell, you might want to get on these. Let me tell y'all how cheap these were, okay? That's why I was like, I'm going to buy 100 of them. Now, I want to simulate. Let's just see if this AMC does go to $9. Let's just see. It's currently at $4.85. I paid 58 cents for it, okay? So it's $58, right? $58 a contract. Okay, so not a very expensive contract at all. And this is buying ones that are in the money. Okay. And now they're up 10 cents, so I'm up $1,000 so far. Now let's say if this goes from $4.86 to where they're expecting it to go, 9. It'll be $35,000 return if it goes up to the $9. But even if it goes up, just let's say currently, let's say if it even just goes up to $7, right? It's $16,000 return. So not bad at all. So right now it's given, we might hold these AMCs, and I don't usually trade AMC, but I think because we're coming off the Q4, a very special Q4 that included Beyonce and Taylor, this might be pretty well. Potentially, we'll see. If not, I'll just lose my $5,800 and go home and cry. But either way, I think it might be worth the risk, okay? So we're currently about $1,300 in this trade right now. AMC is continuing to trend up, so we'll see how that goes, okay? The only burner in my side today is NVIDIA, okay? They are smacking me because I got these NVIDIA calls and they are not doing what we needed to do. But that's okay. This is also why we buy expiration dates further out. And the way that NVIDIA is trading right now, it could literally go back and have a very, very positive day before the close of the bell. Okay, just wanted to highlight a little bit of that. If anyone is considering AMC, obviously with all things, only risk what you're comfortable with potentially losing, but it might be worth the risk for me personally. What you think?
Hey, well, listen, as long as you got your stop loss set in there, you know the max that you can risk in within your
between Taylor and Beyonce, I mean, they could literally be like the saving grace.
Definitely,
for the
they
world.
can. I mean, it's crazy because Taylor Swift sold out the Dallas Cowboys Stadium 3 nights in a row.
That's wild.
And it's a 100,000 seat stadium. She sold it out 3 nights in a row. That's 300,000 people. So first and foremost, trying to get 100,000, trying to get 1,000 people to go somewhere and do the same thing at the same time, trust me, it's not easy. To get 100,000 people in general and then 100,000 people 3 nights in a row, that's wild. So they were doing some reports. She was literally raising local economies. Like they were talking about how much money the cities were making every one of her tour stops, right?
Yeah, I might bet on Taylor and Beyonce before I bet on Elon.
Oh, that could lost me on that one, but yes, I think it's
so
definitely interesting to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one to watch for sure. Yeah. The expiration date that I got was March 28th. For anyone that is asking, and I don't usually give y'all this much sauce, but
trading and investing is personal. Okay, so make your own choices at your own risk, and if you have any other stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, or crypto you want us to do some real nice analysis and drop them in the chat. Now, in our futures trade, the Nasdaq, we were up like $750. It kind of got a little charge up. Then it went up to that first standard deviation, and now it's serving as a resistance or area, which also makes sense because it's a new 100 area, 17,900, and now we're starting to fall back to the downside. So we're currently up 630 in this trade, and now the ES is starting to try to join the party. Is down $50 or up $50 on the way to the downside. And then our interest rates, we're still net positive over there. So overall, right now we're up about $1,000. As the Nasdaq tries to gain some speed onto the downside. So it is approaching that second standard deviation at around 17,668. So that's about 20 points away from where it is right now. Let's see if it goes down to that second standard deviation or if the support will try to pick up. Right now, the data is still suggesting that it will be on the downside. We're in the trade. Our stop loss is already preset. The algos are managing it, so we just gonna let it do what it do. All right. The energies and the metals were in trades before the market opened, so we missed that ride on both of those on the ride up. If you got into it on the overnight trading, congratulations. That was pretty profitable. Okay. And then let's check on. Yep, same thing on the silver got in pre-market. Gasoline got in pre-market, and silver got in pre-market. So we're still in no trades on those, waiting for some sell side signals as they try to come back down from that rocket ship that they were on last night. And we are still holding these interest rate trades, okay? So, all right, that is our futures update.
Love it. So,
Dominique, tell us, can you see this? Oh, you got your chat?
yeah, I just wanted to see if they could see it. Ain't nobody respond, but Odell.
Okay. Well, we see it now. I see it in the live chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you, Courtney said, can you analyze Moderna? I'm trying to determine what to do with it.
So you must be in a, one more thing. Phyllis did point out that she said she saw somewhere that TradingView was updated. So that may be why it's not working. Now, I did just actually go look and it says my TradingView is up to date, but I may actually end up just deleting this one and downloading a new one.
Well, you're about to get the new algos too. Or you're talking about deleting the TradingView off your station.
Yeah, and then re-downloading it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of funky. So I wonder if the web version may be a little bit better. But I'm still getting a lot of this choppiness. As far as Moderna goes, ticker symbol mRNA. What you mean you're trying to do? Let me know what you mean when you're trying to determine what to do with it, because I don't know what side you're on. Currently, it's you okay?
Yeah, excuse me.
Let's see.
Just hit me a little bit.
You're always choking lately.
Coughing. This environment. I'm so used to the sun and palm trees, you know.
I know.
Soon though, we about to pick up on some travel, so.
Forget travel. I'm a residency.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Anyway, it's a personal combo, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. Okay. So Courtney said she's holding it in stock, looking to sell. All right. She's holding it in stock. She's looking to sell. Now, Moderna. I'm trying to think. Is Moderna the COVID one or the diabetes one? I think they're the. Yeah, I don't think they do the diabetes, because the diabetes stuff is where it's at. The diabetes and weight loss drugs companies is where it's at. Currently, Moderna, as you can see today, it's up about $1.22. So it's actually going up pretty nicely today. Looking at the 1 minute chart, even though my chart's all funky looking, it has been trending up. Okay, this says 1 minute. This does not look like the 1 minute chart. Just 1 second, y'all. Hold up. So if we look at our 2 hour chart, we're in this buy, and our day chart, we're in this buy. So I will say this, Courtney. Oh, this is the COVID one. Thank you, Mina. So this is the COVID one. Now, we had talked about this, I think, last week, because a lot of the companies that originally were selling the COVID shots aren't doing as well as they were because they lost their biggest revenue, which was the COVID shots, right? The companies that are really, really doing well are the Novo Nordisk and the ones that are selling the weight loss drugs and the diabetes drugs. But with that being said, Moderna sells other things, right? Dealing with cancer. So they still have a good upside potential here. As I mentioned, they are currently up $1.19, and their day charts are in a buy, as well as their week, their week charts are in a sell. So if you just don't want the stock anymore, I mean, hey, it's up another $1.19 today. You could take that money and put it somewhere else that could give you a little bit more. But I don't think there's a huge amount of upside potential for this stock, like currently. I think it's a good hold over time. But if you're looking to make some money like in the next couple weeks, I don't think it's going to give it to you then. But I do feel like, over time, over the next year, it will continue to increase and get back up to that like $120. I think that's their price target, about $128. So if it's a buy and hold, then hold it. But if you're like, hey, I would like to put that money elsewhere, you probably could get better returns in another stock, to be honest. Okay. Okay, can you see this? So y'all can see it. We see you. Yay, awesome. Phyllis said I saw it, but I thought it was spam. Makes sense. What duration? Okay,
Amazon for the next one.
Curvify corsets. Okay, could probably use one of those. AMZN. All right. Amazon. Okay, Canadian companies kick off. Amazon option. Okay, I wonder if Amazon's gonna try to make a car next.
What they ain't doing. They got healthcare. They got.
I do like those new Amazon trucks. You know those ones we saw a lot of them in Arizona, and they're very. I got this one piece of hair. It's like really annoying. They are very quiet. Those Amazon, and they look like. Yeah. I don't know what they look like. They look
also
so cool.
Semi-autonomous already.
Yup.
So very interesting.
And
he's building rocket ships.
But who's gonna bring the packages in if no one's driving the car?
Well, you know, Tesla is releasing those Tesla humanoid robots. A lot of those jobs are going to be replaced by AI and robots. Like,
don't they have like 1,000? Did we read somewhere that Amazon has 1,000 robots working for them right now?
They have 100,000. They have 100,000. 100,000. Like, they have like 1.5 million human employees and like 500,000 robots already in the warehouses doing a lot of that work. So a lot of and you know, Tesla and a lot of what's the Boston Dynamics. Boston Dynamics, they're the leader in, you know, humanoid robots. You watch some of their videos online, and some of their humans are like doing backflips and then cracking eggs and cooking dinner and all of that stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see, because a lot of this stuff is being done just kind of like in the shadows right now. Not really a lot of people talking about it, but Amazon, you know, they got Blue Origin. He's sending rocket ships to the moon. You got the whole logistics world on Smash with Amazon delivery and same day and all of that. They got Peel Pack now for healthcare. They have Ring for, you know, the doorbells and all of that stuff. Like, literally.
Yeah, like Miss Suzanne said, Amazon will be selling pharmaceuticals. They're actually selling them now. Yeah, they're selling them now.
So they bought Peel Pack and they brought that in-house, and now
you still need a prescription, though, which is so interesting, because one of the things that, you know, we were traveling overseas, and I always buy like my asthma medicine when I'm overseas because it's way cheaper. It's way cheaper. You can literally go and buy an inhaler for $2 without a prescription. You know what I mean? And, you know, I always wonder if that's going to change in the U.S., because that prescription requirement is really more of a U.S. thing. And I think some things should have prescriptions, but I don't know. Anyway,
unfortunately, the pharmaceutical companies run the majority of America media, and we've seen that during COVID and all of the, you know, mass programming to get people to take that shot and stuff like that. And all the commercials for most of the major networks, ABC, CNBC, all of that stuff, half of the commercials be pharmaceuticals trying to tell you drugs.
Yup. They be like, you take this, you'll feel good, but you be pooping and do like, Jesus Christ, all the side effects.
The side effects
it's like a lady galloping down the beach. She feels so great because she took her medicine, but you might pass out and have diarrhea and headaches, and it's like, when is she going to be happy? When is this?
Because that half of the commercial is them trying to sell it to you. The other half is them telling you about all the side effects.
For legal purposes. It's so funny. I'm like, so this is her 5 minutes of the day to be happy, because clearly she spent the rest of the day on her toilet. Okay, so that's interesting. Phyllis said the U.S. is the only country that allows pharmaceutical commercials. That makes sense, because we didn't see any this summer. Very true. We just said the new Amazon trucks are made by Rivian. Wow. That makes sense. They're so sleek.
So maybe that may be Rivian's way. I mean, that might be Amazon's way into the electric car game through that. That might be that. So that's probably why Apple
I did not know that. Rivian, and they're nice. I hope maybe you guys, now that we've talked about it, of course, you'll all finally see this Rivian Amazon truck. And it is so sleek and just like, it looks really like the future. Okay, so I know we wanted to actually analyze Amazon. So currently in our day chart, Amazon is in a buy. It's currently up about 7 cents.
Thank you, Chris. I'm so glad you survived.
Oh, yeah. It almost took you out, bro.
Yeah, almost got me. But I'm a fighter, and I'm a winner.
Yeah.
There you go.
Keep y'all life insurance paid up. You never know, honey. You never know. Okay, so Amazon is currently in a buy signal, okay? Currently on the day chart. That was the day chart. Let me refresh. And if you go on the 1 minute chart, it's also currently in a buy. So in the day, it's in a buy. In the 1 minute, it's in a buy. In the 3 minute, it's in a buy that just really is just truly getting started here. And it's above the VWAP. So it looks like this is actually about to trend up. Okay. And then we also have the 2 hour chart, which is also broken. 2 hour chart is broke, but our 1, 3, 5, and day are all saying buy. 2 hour chart, just don't even think about it. Don't worry about that one. But it looks like there's upside potential. Amazon's only up 5 cents right now, so if it is starting to go on a little bit of a run up, could be a good time to get in, and maybe it will go up $1 or so, which can still be a really, really good return. Okay. I see it's bounced off this second standard deviation here, so it looks like it might be it's continuing to go up. Phyllis said one of the side effects of Ozempic are 2 different types of deadly cancers. Yeah, like that. You're skinny, but you're on your way out. So that's yeah. I don't get
Interesting.
It. Yeah, it's yeah. I think the thing with all of this stuff is later on in life when all the side effects start to come out. You know, similar to when even like back in the day when everyone was getting like breast implants, and then all of a sudden people's boobs started busting, and they're like, oh, you got to take them out, and it's like, but you don't realize these side effects until 5-10 years in, and then a lot of times for many people it's too late. So, you guys just be really careful with what you put in your body. And I know we all want the instant gratification. We want to be bad today, not tomorrow. But listen, if you ain't even here in 10 years. You know, what does it even matter, right? Or if your latter years are you having to be very ill or having to be hospitalized or in long-term care, which most people, especially African Americans, have no long-term care insurance whatsoever. You literally end up just being a burden on your children. So please also think about the decisions you're making. And if you're trying to build generational wealth, but you end up being the thing that causes your family to lose wealth later in life, you did a disservice to your family, right? So just remember that, y'all, okay? As y'all shoot it up. Okay, so currently someone was asking what's happening to NVIDIA. Ain't nothing happening, girl. It's just it's just retracing a little bit here. It's currently down about 1.73%. Now, it may seem like a lot, but it's really not. Only because NVIDIA is trading at $773. So for it to lose $13 in a day, it's like a drop in the bucket. It's not a huge amount. But as you guys know, because the volume is there, this thing could also, by the end of the day, could be up $50, right? So this is one of those stocks that we talk about all the time. You could literally ride this ride, like, you know, your favorite ride at Six Flags. Oh, speaking of Six Flags, we need to look at that. Okay, so right here, look, this literally, since this morning, NVIDIA has been as low as lower. It's been as low as 772, as high as 781, right? That's a $9 gap. You could have rode that one way or another, right? But as you can see, it also has been consolidating for the last like 20 minutes, just in between here, between 772-ish and 776. So something about to happen. It's about to break out one way. It's giving green grin. So I bet I hear nobody in Squawk Box using our term, right, Kalisha? No.
What?
Colleen?
Vanessa said, Dom coming for your Keep It a Buck segment.
Oh, yes. What we gonna call? Y'all, can y'all name my segment? Can we call it like, I don't know. Can y'all come up with a name? Okay. Talked about the side effects. Boop, 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 boop. What's happening in NVIDIA? Vanessa want me to get my own segment. How about we call it Curls and Conversations? But it ain't gonna work if my hair's straight that day, so I can't commit to that.
Curls and Convos.
But yeah, I have a segment coming, don't I? I do.
Yeah.
I got one coming.
All right, so futures starting to get chopped up a little bit. We were in that sales segment was down. We were up 700 on that. Took a little bit off the table, and then just a couple of little chops as it battles around this VWAP. So right here at the first standard deviation, getting a little bit of support, but again, some strong resistance around that VWAP 17,930. So support came around at 17,900. And every time it gets up here to the VWAP, it gets resistance. So that is telling me that the bears are really trying to push this market down. Although the support is trying to hold it up, the overall trend, especially again from last night, is down, almost 100 points. So the overall trend is trying to push it down, but they're trying to hold this line at the 17,900. So at some point, somebody is going to lose the energy and the money to lose this consolidation.
It's going to be the bears. They're going to lose.
Okay. We shall see. Let the data see. All right. Crude oil did enter into the game. It's also over there in a little bit of chop. And so this is what I was talking about in the pre-market analysis, showing how that the longer time frames for the equities were up, but these shorter time frames were down. And that's what creates the chop, right? It's the volume and volatility. It's people who come in and see the market down and say, hey, wow, the market is low. It's down, 1%, 2%. Here's a good opportunity for me to come in and buy, right? But then you got the bears who are still trying to push it down. So you got a battle of supply and demand. You got a battle of support and resistance. You got a battle of people who are bulls and bears who are biased on one side of the market for any particular market that they may be trading, right? And that's what gives you that battle. And that's what actually creates the consolidation, right? And then one side of it, loses because there's more demand or there's more supply in the market. That's when the market begins to trend, and that's when they say, the trend is your friend. Only people that really make market in consolidations and in ranges are people who sell premium, like me, and are able to make money off consolidated range-bound markets, okay? So that's something to really know and to understand. You're really only making profits off a trend because, especially if you're trading options on the naked side, if you're trading naked options, something consolidating or not breaking out enough to a trend, you're definitely not making any money, okay? So that's something to just kind of keep your mind on and understand that in these days of chop and consolidation, like we said that the news is coming out, some speakers at 12, so the market could be consolidating around till then. And then also tomorrow being Thursday is a big Fed news day, and a lot of news days generate a lot of volume and volatility, okay? So something just to kind of note, keep your eye on and keep in the back of your pocket, all right?
I also want to just mention, I know for anyone else that was following NVIDIA, because I think it was, I forgot her now, I can't see her name. Oh, Patience. Hey, Patience, I ain't seen you all week, girl.
You just said that. She's like, I'm here every day.
No, that was a couple days ago when I said that.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but I said I ain't seen her this week. I feel like she ain't even talking this week. Did I say that today?
Monday.
Did I? Nah.
Not today, not this actual day. I'm just saying you just. Anyway,
basically saying, girl, Patience, we just got a buy signal on NVIDIA at 1018. It's actually been trending up a little bit since then. So catching a little resistance right there. It might push through and go up a little bit if anyone got into a call side trade. But I don't know. The market's kind of boring right now, to be honest.
Well, it's just consolidating. I think it's just chopping up, definitely chopping us up.
It's definitely just like, but I was going to say something really quickly. Some of the stocks that we are eyeing, now we got to sell. Lord Jesus, NVIDIA, get it together. Okay, so, but some of the ones that we are eyeing for this evening, and I'll do this every now and then, make a little short list of like the stocks that I don't necessarily want to watch forever, but I do want to watch for their earnings. Lemonade just completely tanked. Like, I don't know what's going on. People ain't buying it. But AI is currently down 36 cents. And CRM is actually up 18 cents. DBN is up 47 cents. And the AMC is up 11 cents. So did anybody look at NVIDIA? It's okay. Okay, you see it, that VWAP? All right, exciting. Okay. Phyllis said Dominique's excitement in the market. She's like, y'all know I be getting bored quickly. I'm like, come on, do something exciting. I could be doing something else. Miss Suzanne said, what are your thoughts, analysts, on Mara earnings after the bell? We talked about it a little bit earlier. As far as Mara, I'm actually anticipating them to go up a little bit. I don't know if it'll be a drastic jump, but I do think that all the analysts are saying, even based on all their charts, they all, on the day, the week, like everything was all trending up. Actually, I don't have them on here, and I thought I did. Let me put them on here in our temporary list. So they're actually currently up about $1.62 right here for Mara. They're trending down. Looks, I don't know if just some selling pressure is coming into the market, but it looks like a few things are starting to trend down a little bit. But yeah, like I said, this evening will be a lot of action this evening, okay? McGeek said, is the event this Friday going to be live streamed for a fee or just in person? As of now, we are only doing in person. I'm not sure if we're going to add the live stream. I guess we can make a decision on that, honestly. But the morning show as normal will be live. But we're going to do a teaching aspect that I think we were going to just have it for the people that were there. And then we're going to do the happy hour. And I'm sure you don't want to go to a virtual happy hour. So,
hey, some people like that. We was on a Virgin cruise for New Year's Eve, and this dude had to be maybe like mid-50s. He was sitting at a slot machine, live streaming himself on like YouTube, and he had 3,000 people watching him literally just play the slots. So,
I was telling my mom, I'm like, my mom goes to the casino like once a week, but she makes money. Like, I don't know if they're like paying her to be there. It's crazy. But I'm like, Mom, you need to start live streaming yourself at the casino because this man is making so much money. He literally had I don't even know how, because he didn't have that good Wi-Fi, to be honest. The service wasn't that great, but he was live streaming. It wasn't even his face. It's called, it was
literally just, it was
just his hand. And look, he was just doing this.
On the slot. And 3,000 people was watching live.
He was winning too.
I was like, wow, that's different.
He was winning too.
He was winning. Mm-hmm. That was different though. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's crushing.
It's crazy. Vanessa said, need the teaching loaded in the WSA portal. We'll see what we do.
What we need y'all to do, no, I don't like need it from a place of lack, but pull up. How about that?
Well, actually, no, we're actually running. I think we're actually like,
I think we're
out of seats. But
today, well, now we talking about it. Today is the last day to purchase your seat for the Friday live workshop. Okay, so definitely running out of seats. Hopefully you pull up.
Yeah, pull up. While we're doing commercial breaks, I just want to highlight the Wealth Decision.
Hey.
If you guys have not purchased my book yet, do so. I would love for you to purchase the book. Okay. The Wealth Decision, 10 simple steps to achieve financial freedom and build generational wealth. Look at the book.
Because gold.
Yeah. But it's a really, really great book. It's not just reading. It's also worksheets, handouts. It has a whole website that's tied to it. We also have scripts that help you to talk to your family if you need to have specific financial conversations. But you can purchase the book Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, Books A Million, anywhere that books are sold. Or if you want to just hear me read it to you at night, you can go to Audible, one credit, go ahead and grab that. And if you guys have not left a review for it, please do so. Tell a friend. Thank you. Colleen said, a great book and on Audible. Thank you. That was one of the hardest things I had to do was actually the Audible recording. It took me like a week. It took like 5 days to actually do it. And I learned a lot about audio and talking for 3-4 hours at a time. So really, really fun. Ms. Rita said, my husband watches slot players as a guy winning $1 million on slots in high limit rooms. Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
People will just watch anything, but I can see how it could be kind of interesting. I don't know.
To each his own. Listen, whatever you like to be entertained with, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the futures trades, we are in the sell side now. Hopefully, this trends because we just took like 7 trades. 1, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in our 8th trade in the last like 10 minutes from being chopped up here around this VWAP and first standard deviation battle. Currently up 330 in this trade. Let's see if it actually takes off. I've said, you know, sell side bias for this session just because that's what the data has said and supported. And we're now up $400 in this trade. Now, we were up 700 in the last trade, took a couple bucks off of that. But overall, down right now just because of that chop. We're now also in the sell side trade on crude oil, looking for that to trend soon because it did go up substantially and look to potentially for that to come back down to the VWAP. Okay, it looks like, yep. So now we're in the sell side on the other three as well. We're in the sell on the ES. We're in the sell on gasoline. I'm sorry, no, we're on the buy side of gasoline and we're on the sell side of silver. Okay, so we're now in 5 of our 6 and let's keep our eye on those. But right now, some strong selling pressure coming into the equities. Both the NASDAQ and the ES are in sell signals and we're currently starting to become nicely profitable in these trades. Let's see if it trends. So you can see again, as it was consolidating here, nobody was really making money, getting chopped up. And then you can see when it starts to trend in the direction of whatever you're in, then that's how you start to make money. And so those are things that we actually teach step by step in the Wall Street Academy with the how-to videos, explaining everything, our approach, strategies, et cetera, okay? So if you're not in the Wall Street Academy, you can scan the QR code or click the link in there. Get 50% off by typing in Money Matrix, and you'll be able to hop in and join the community. Reminder, 7 p.m. tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, we got our live lesson of the week, okay, for Wall Street Academy.
Yep. Also, apparently Bitcoin just hit 61,000. I think it was at 60,000 this morning, right? So it just hit 61,000, I think, like 30 minutes ago.
Pushing.
Yep. Yeah.
Ms. Rita said, while he's watching videos, I'm making money with y'all. Hey.
I don't know. That's right. You like, I'm making real money over there watching somebody else make money. But yeah, Bitcoin did just hit 61,164. So this is a new re-reaching of the high from 2021. So it's up about $4,000 just today. Very, very exciting for Bitcoin. And I know everyone's super, super hype about it.
I think 73,000 is the all-time high. So it's only 12K away.
When is this halving event?
It's supposed to be in May.
In May? Oh, we got some time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was about to say something else, which I totally forgot now. Nope. I forgot it. Oh, as Dion did mention, so I personally have a busy day today. And today's Wednesday, so today at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, for Wealth Demystified members, we are having our monthly investment analysis class where we look at our long-term investments together. So a reminder, that is today at 12 after the show. And then at 7 p.m. I'm teaching tonight, right? Somebody teaching. One of us is teaching tonight. I think it's me. But we'll also be having the Wall Street Academy class tonight as well. So busy day on deck. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So actually, let's take a quick look because we're approaching the 10:30 bar. 10:30. Now I talk in a chart apparently.
Hey.
So, okay. So let's take a look at the earnings again before, like I said, since we're around this 10:30 time slot. So we currently have a bunch of earnings coming out this evening from Marathon, yes, Wednesday 18. Marathon, which is Mara, which we already took a look at, and we're actually bullish on this one. Snowflake, I feel like you talked about Snowflake yesterday. I can't remember what our thoughts were, but if you want, we can go back and take another look at Snowflake as well. We also have Salesforce, which is another highly anticipated earnings for this evening, and then AMC as well. And we also have C3.ai, Paramount, Okta, IO and Q, and then Weight Watchers as well, okay? And then Duolingo. I actually want to take a look at Duolingo. I think they're trading pretty high. So let's look at Duolingo and Weight Watchers, okay? We just wanted to remind you guys what's coming out this evening. Okay. And then tomorrow, oh, Six Flags. Let me make a reminder. So we want to take a quick look at Six, Dub, and DUOL. Okay. So Bath and Body Works, I always forget about them. Bath and Body Works releasing their earnings tomorrow morning. I haven't been there in forever. Okay. And then Dell is tomorrow evening as well. So let's PANW. What's PANW? Yep, we can look at that. Whatever. 1 second. All right. Unplug. Okay, so I'm just kind of curious to see what some of these are trading at. So Six Flags is currently at $24.18. We just received a buy on the 1 minute chart. What is the day chart looking like? Oh, it's actually trending up. Okay, so their earnings come out tomorrow morning. They're currently trading around $24.78. So just if anyone's interested in the flags. Six Flags, WW, which is Weight Watchers. As I mentioned, I'm curious to see how Weight Watchers is going to perform. Weight Watchers is only trading at $3.82. They're up about 4.66%, and their earnings come out today after the closing bell. I think they are going to see a little drop off, as I mentioned, because now everyone is using Ozempic and all these other kind of quicker ways to lose weight. Companies like this tend to see a reduction in people using their services if they can find something a little bit quicker to help them reach their goal. So on their day chart, they are in a buy. On their 1 minute, they're in a buy, and the 3, they're in a sell. Let me see, 2 hour. They're in a buy. So they're only up 17 cents today, but as I mentioned, only trading around $3.82. I'm personally probably not going to touch this at all, but they're getting a lot of sell side activity here. Yep. So as anticipated, the analysts are also anticipating a report and decline in the earnings, which is what we are all expecting here. And what's interesting is sometimes companies like this, when they realize that they have like such a large thing, such as Ozempic and Novo Nordisk specifically, coming after their market share, they may actually start to implement it into their business sometimes. Like, oh, instead of just getting the shot, how about you come and get the shot and the support and all the things in one place? So, but they are projected to have a down Q4. All right, Duolingo. They have the cutest little, they have the best TikTok ever. So Duolingo apparently has a lot of upside potential. They just got a price target increase to $222. They're currently trading around $194. I think the analysts are actually anticipating them to rise. I don't follow this stock as closely, but I think the last few earnings they've done pretty well. They've actually exceeded all their last few earnings really pretty greatly. Actually want to see what did they do last time. So last time, oh yeah, they went up nice. Oh yeah, they went up real nice. So they went up about $7 their last earnings. It went up 4.57%. So yeah, dang, they didn't went up $35. Sheesh, they went up $35 their last earnings. Make a little note, a little star beside that one. But no, that's awesome. So, but with their price target increase, and they are expected to have higher sales, because the thing is with companies like this a lot of times, especially with the holidays, they'll promote like gifting this as a thing. So Duolingo may be one to keep our eyeballs on. They may have a nice little rally up. Another rally up because everyone is pretty bullish on them. Okay. So I'm actually going to put this on before I forget. Duolingo to our short list. Okay. And then we'll take this look at Snow. So what is Snowflake exactly? What is Snowflake? Snowflake gears up for Q4 print. Maintained as neutral. So this one, they've actually done really well with all their earnings greatly exceeding as well, getting a lot of buy ratings for them. So they are currently in a buy. They're currently down about $2.16 ahead of their earnings, but it looks like everyone's anticipating them to rise and that they have had a blowout Q4 is what the streets are saying, as they say, right? So a lot of upside potential there, it looks like, for them. Oh, they're a cloud provider. So interesting, they may flow along what is
AWS.
Well, yeah. Yep, true, good point. I was gonna say CRM, but yeah, it actually would be more AWS. I think these cloud providers just do well because like I feel like their costs are lower, honestly. I really do. I feel like their costs are low. I mean, they're selling cloud space. Well, it's not really cloud space, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so it looks like they probably have some good upside potential. They are currently down $2.28. So if they do have some upside, it's going to be nice because they're already down a little bit. So you're locking it in getting it at a lower price. Okay. And then the last one that comes out today, as I mentioned, was AMC. They're currently trending up more. We've got another buy signal. And analysts are saying that they have an 85% potential up. If that happens today, we don't know, but over time they have some upside. I don't know. I don't think their Q1 results are going to be as great likely, but their Q4, because it did include Beyonce and Taylor Swift, could be pretty good. And it's really cheap. It's a very cheap one if you just want to get into something and are comfortable with risking the costs. Okay. We had a couple more and then looking forward. Awesome, Lisa. PANW. So PANW. Oh, Palo Alto. Yeah, they were struggling a little bit. Palo Alto, they had that big old drop off last week. Palo Alto is currently, where am I? I'm in the day chart. So Palo Alto is currently in a buy on the day. They're currently in a buy right now on the 1 minute chart. They've been in a buy for the last 3 minutes or so. Actually since 10:18. What time is it? 10:39. So they've been trending up since then. She says swing trade. So it looks like they are trending up. On our 1 hour, they're also in a buy. And our 2 hour, they're currently in a sell, but it looks like it is starting to trend up here. So looks like they're going to maybe start to erase a little bit of this $2.36 drop that it's had today if you're looking for a swing trade on the call side. Okay, and then we'll look at plug. It's 10:40. All right, so plug is maintained as a hold. They're trading around $3.49, currently in a buy on the 2 hour, and the 1 currently in a sell. Got to see what this bar is going to do. But currently in a sell. They don't like they move a lot. Yeah, they don't do a lot. They just kind of bounce around in between this little $3 mark. But looks like we're seeing sell on the 1, the 3, and the 5 on plug. They're currently down about 6 cents. So if we look at a 2 hour and the day, they're in a buy. So looks like a longer term swing trade in the next couple of days. It looks like it is actually trending up on our day chart. So could be some upside potential there for plug. Okay.
Like my trading view is back when there was some more analysis.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
What'd you do? Did you do anything special?
No, just shut it down, turn it back on.
Okay.
So we shall see.
Another, I think Miss Suzanne was in this, was Devin. Energy Corp released their earnings. They're actually up only about 22 cents, 23 cents. I think Miss Suzanne was in that trade.
Yeah, Eileen brings up a good point. She said, Nancy Pelosi got into a long call with Palo Alto this week. It expires next year. Trust the move of the people with the knowledge. That's extremely insightful, Eileen, and very important. It's also why we added Nancy. If we look over here in my charts, we added Nancy to our watch list for 2024. It is the ETF that tracks all the Democratic politicians and their families of everything that they buy and or sell. And then Cruise is the Republican trading ETF that tracks all of that. So that is very insightful and important. And it's cool because it's an ETF, it's showing you all the things that it is buying or selling because it is a publicly traded company. So
I wonder who her money manager is.
He crushing whoever he is.
Yeah, he
crushing. He got her. She up like 50 million.
Yeah, I wonder who. But her money, she got old money too, so she probably got some she probably got
she's
family
been on Capitol Hill for better years. But again, they not making more than $250 a year.
But with her, she's able to have she can have a family office now with
the bag that she's grown. But I mean, if you're sitting on the Hill, you get insight to see all the stuff that's happening, and you can basically legally insider trade. You should be up 50 M's minimum. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, speaking of insider trading, I heard the other day that, so apparently it was like this couple and they were working from home as normal.
Husband got a call.
Yeah, so the wife is like just on a call, blah, 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 blah. Husband overhears something, takes the information and trades with it and makes like a crap ton of money. So they're trying to figure out like, who do we charge? Do we charge anyone? How do we handle this? I thought this was really interesting because, and I'm like, oh, Lord, then they're going to make people start going back and working in the office. But now that is a thing, especially for some of these higher up executives. But remember I told y'all, I remember that time I was on a flight. I was sitting in first class and I can't remember what stock it was. And I told y'all, remember I was like, it's so funny. I was looking over and the guy was an executive for some company. And I was already in calls on it, but he was reading something, blah, 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 blah. But like even situations like that, he's on a flight, he's reading these financial documents. And for me, it was given a lot of upside potential energy. But it's like when you see stuff like that, like, do I get charged? Obviously not. But, very, very interesting. Like what happens when people do get exposed to information and not necessarily thinking of it that way and then act on it? What is you remember Faith? Yeah, you remember? I can't remember what company it was. I was like, y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I was on the flight with somebody, and
it was wild.
It was
her X, Y, and Z, and I ran it up $1 million.
Yeah. Very, very
also
interesting.
Showing you the power in data and information, right? Literally knowing information that somebody else doesn't know, or knowing it before they know it, you can make money off of it. And that's essentially what we're doing. So,
and I came back and told y'all, so I was like, look, y'all.
Yeah. Over here in the futures charts, we're now active on 5 of our 6, 6 of our 8. So we are profitable on 5 of them out of the 6. Right now we're long on the ES, up $180. That crude oil, we caught that sales signal on the way to the downside because that joint charged up all morning. We were able to catch it to the downside. We're now up over $500 on the crude oil short. We're in a long on gold, up $100. We are long on the ES, up $325. And we got stopped out of our gasoline for $424 profit. And we're now selling silver down $100 in there. So we are, and then we're also profitable on our 30-year bond future and our 10-year interest rate future, or 10-year treasury note future. So pretty profitable all the way around. Unrealized right now, we're up $1,200. Congratulations if you are in any of these trades. The NASDAQ and the ES trying to cross over this VWAP. If it does cross over this VWAP to the upside, it could go on a nice little run. It's trying. It's been battling. Every time it's hopped up to this VWAP this morning so far in the session, it's literally been getting resistance. So we will see if it actually breaks through this time on the buy side, but we shall see. And again, right there, hit that VWAP and literally got some resistance. So we will keep our eye on if they, it seems like they've been holding the line pretty strong with this VWAP, selling off every time it comes up to it. So we'll see if the bulls gather enough energy to push through this VWAP to the upside. But we are profitable in most of the trades and looking to ride the ride. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. How your options trades looking over there? You in any of the options trades? Oh.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, no, I was just really just eyeing this AMC. I've already entered a few trades for this afternoon with AI and AMC, as you guys know, and also CRM. I do think I want to get into Duolingo as well, and potentially Snowflake. So in this AMC trade specifically, we are currently up about 1,900. It did just approach about $2,000 in this one little trade. So this has been cool to see just how AMC has been moving. Today, they're currently up about 20 cents or so. And we just got another buy signal on it. So it is continuing to trend up. So I'm really eager to see if this, how this is going to do after, based on the earnings. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, also we have NVIDIA as well. That's just, I'm just holding there also. Okay. And yeah.
Okay, but it was actually the wife that worked at the company, but the husband traded on the news that he overheard her talking about. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
And like a situation like that, it's
but
like,
how can they even prove any of that though?
Well, honest? I think it was like a pretty substantial. So I don't know.
Well, I'm saying, how can they prove that he overheard a call versus he wasn't sitting in the room versus she didn't tell him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It can sound a little fishy to me, but certain companies, if you work at certain companies or if you work in the government entities, you have to disclose your portfolio holdings. You have to send in your statements. Mm-hmm. So,
Oh, yeah, she's talking about dude on the plane.
Yeah, I had just mentioned that, but that's that. Oh, you talking about the dude on the plane? Oh, yeah, that was his responsibility. He should have covered his little paperwork. He was real open with it, just paperwork everywhere. But I think that in the other scenario, because a lot of these companies, especially certain levels, you do have to send in, your statements. I know even when I was a licensed and working at UBS and any of those other companies, I wasn't allowed to have
external
accounts or any OBAs or like outside business activities. And if I wanted to have them, I would have to go through them. But I had to have all of my things there. Or if I wanted to have an outside account, because I had some old accounts, I remember with E-Trade and stuff like that they approved for me to have, but I had to have a copy of my statement sent to them every month. Mm-hmm. So they were checking to make sure I wasn't, taking any inside information and doing some outside trading outside. So it probably is a similar situation, especially if you're married. If you're single, they don't care what your boyfriend or whatever girlfriend's doing. But if you're married, your husband or your partner does have to probably send that stuff in too. That's probably how they caught it. It was like, how did Willie make $1 million a day after we had that meeting about blah, blah, blah going up? So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so still in these future trades, mostly profitable, all of them. They are literally holding that line at that VWAP, and it's been consolidating here for basically the last 42 minutes in between the first standard deviation under the VWAP and the VWAP. So interested to see now. There again, it is some buying pressure coming into the market though, especially for the NASDAQ. Obviously, it's been bouncing off of that second standard deviation at 17,875 and pushing up to 17,928. So almost a 50-point run on this charge up. But again, as soon as they get to the VWAP, strong selling off of the VWAP. So we will see what is happening with that, okay? And keep our eyes on it. So as we wind down the last 10 minutes, you're going to talk about Wall Street Academy, the workshop.
Sure. Just a quick reminder. If you just tuned in for the first time and you don't know what we're talking about, and you're like, man, I see everyone making money, but why do I not know what they're saying? Then join Wall Street Academy. Join our Wall Street Academy program. You can actually join and get $1,000 off with the code Money Matrix because you're here watching with us and you'll learn. We do have a live class tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And this Friday, we are hosting a in-person live workshop. We probably got about one ticket left for it in Washington, D.C., and it'll be a full day. We'll host a Money Matrix live from 9 to 11. So it's our first having a live studio audience. I'm a little nervous.
Well, technically the babies, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Adult studio audience.
Adult studio audience. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm actually just nervous. It just hit me. A little nervous. Like we've never, I don't know. Because we don't have to actually usually look at people. We just look at it's way easier just to look at this little plastic machine, the camera. Ooh, nervous. Anyway, so this Friday we'll be live in person. We'll do Money Matrix live from 9 to 11, and then we'll go on to a little lunch and learn, and then we'll do just some learning after we lunch, and then we'll get into some drinking. All right, with the happy hour. So very excited for that, and yeah, it should be really, really fun. I'm excited. So I don't know how many tickets are left. I think we wanted to keep this intimate for our first go around because it is our first live studio audience. But yeah, I'm super excited to also meet many of you in person that I've never met or you've never met. Yeah. So it should be good. It should be good.
We also got some OGs who've been with us for years and they coming out. So.
Yeah. And AMC is moving up. Let me tell y'all, anybody else in this little AMC trade? Also, Miss Suzanne said SoundHound earnings coming out to Phyllis. All right, y'all know Phyllis loves some SoundHound. So really quickly for Phyllis. Oh, good job, Jamisi said made $1,297 off crude oil today.
Awesome. So congratulations on that. Yeah, drop your wins in the chat here so we can celebrate with you for you here on the show. And then also drop your wins in the Discord. Let's get it.
I love it. SoundHound. Ooh, okay. Let's read about 1,000 shares of AMC. All right, y'all be careful now with that AMC. Okay. Faye said, that's tomorrow for SoundHound. Janice is also in AMC. AMC already paying a little bit. I think I'm gonna risk it and put my prayer hands on it. The data is all saying up. So let's see what happens, but just ain't nothing wrong with adding a little Jesus on the data, right? So SoundHound is trending up. We know SoundHound is Phyllis's little boo thing. The earnings are coming out tomorrow. Very excited to see what SoundHound's gonna do. I ain't gonna hold you. I might mess with it for the earnings play. Okay. Phyllis said I only bought a few AMC. Yeah, we all still recovering from Shopify. But yes, congratulations to everyone. This is not the end of the show. It's time for me to pass it over.
Wow.
To Dion.
I like that.
And Dion is about to do what we call keeping it a buck with you.
Keeping it a buck. Let's
Dion, what's your buck for the day?
So we're going to really practice through and walk through these transitions, though, once we get these.
I think the natural transition is much better.
Okay.
Right?
Got you. All right. We also have to fix that blazer in the bug.
I think it's so cute. It looks, it's very regal.
It's very regal, yeah. Okay. So our keeping it a buck for today. Now, I mentioned at the top of the week, this is question week, right? Keeping it simple, going back down to the fundamentals. Monday, we started with why. Yesterday we did how, and now we're going to talk about what. Asking yourself what. Basically, you went through your why. You know why you are doing what you're doing. Yesterday, you went through your how. You're going to actually go from where you are to where you want to be. And then now we're going to talk about what you're actually doing, right? For us in this universe, obviously, we're trading and investing to use our money energy to design the lifestyle that we want to live. And we want to put our money to work for us, right? So that we don't have to work for it. So that is what we are actually doing. But in life, you're going to have to make those decisions for yourself. So when you actually identify why you are here and you identify a definite goal that you have set for yourself, you identified a how, step-by-step plan on how you're going to do it, and then you got to actually know what you are doing, right? So whether you are going to get a job, whether you are creating something from scratch, whether you are partnering with somebody to execute something, or whether you are betting on yourself, going over here to trade and invest, or if you are partnering with a money manager like myself and you say, you know what, I'm okay with trading this amount of money, but when it gets up to this level, I want a professional money manager to do that. Hey, can you manage my trading or investing for me for this X, Y, and Z? That still is deciding on what you are doing, okay? Now, how does that relate to trading and or investing for yourself? Knowing what you are doing, knowing what asset classes you are trading and or investing, knowing what your strategy setup is, knowing what your risk parameters are, knowing what your stop loss and take profits are, and being able to do those things before you get into any trades or investment will not only bring you a certain level of peace of mind, but it will also be able to help you identify a step-by-step process, knowing that if something goes wrong, it also won't take you a certain amount of time, energy, effort, or resources to figure it out. Because sometimes things break, whether it's humans or whether it's technology, and knowing what you are doing prior to will help you identify when something is going right, and it's going to help you identify when something is going wrong. So the question of today is what? Okay, so Monday was why, today was how, Tuesday was how, and today was what. And by the end of the week, when we put these questions together and we keep it simple, we then will have a step-by-step framework that we can always come back to when things get out of whack or things get overwhelming, right? Because one thing that I've noticed is that every level that I've risen to, at the beginning of that level, it seems like all hell is breaking loose. It seems like it's a whole lot of chaos, but that's because you're at a new level. You don't necessarily know how to operate up there at that level yet. But those principles of those questions that we are going over this week are the same at every level. And so then you just have to identify the answers for yourself at that new level and then get going on having success at that level, okay? So congratulations to everybody on all the wins. I see Miss Rita said she have 75% on her 200 sound shares. Congratulations to all the winners. Drop your wins in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Click that notification button, click that bell, turn on the notifications, let you know when we are here. And we will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of The Money Matrix, okay? Love, light, peace, wealth, great health, and abundance to each of you guys. Have a great day. Peace.